welcome to Disney Day 4. So far, we have rated Snow White, Pinocchio and Dumbo. Today, we are on to the fourth Disney film, which is Bambi. So Luke, would you like to kick us off with your thoughts on Bambi?
Bambi is a film split into thirds. The first third is, everyone knows the first third, it is the story of Bambi and his mother. Ironically, the difference between Bambi and Dumbo is everything you remember from Dumbo was at the end of the film, and Bambi, in a way, the best bits are at the start, or at least the most memorable bits, which I prefer because I come to watch Bambi, that amazing, everything with Bambi's mother I remember, and then I'm pleasantly surprised by bits I might have forgotten later on in the film. What do you think about Bambi's mother and those scenes?
So I kind of remember the latter half of the film a little better, just to be contrasting. So the scene that I remember the most is the Twitter-pated scene, which is obviously post-traumatic, spoiler alert, death of Bambi's mother. When Bambi is a young... What is he? He's a deer, isn't he? Yeah, he's a deer. What's a male deer called? A stag. A young stag. And is obviously reaching puberty and adolescence and comes across Farlene. And Thumper gets a nice lady rabbit. Flower gets a nice lady skunk. And that's kind of like the one scene that like just really sticks out to me. That, and obviously pre the death of Bambi's mother, the Bambi walking on the ice, which me in heels is constantly compared to, so I can never forget that.
Bambi's quite interesting about how it balances really serious stuff, but then also has like that middle bit, which is, as you said, the Twitter-pated scene, which is comedy gold. It's really funny, and you've got like the cute animal characters that you associate with a Disney film, but that Bambi's mother scene, just in terms of how they put the shots together and like the tension and like even everyone knows that Bambi's mother dies. It's not really a spoiler. So if you've never seen Bambi before, you're likely going into the film going, the mum's going to get it.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite a tense watch going into the film like that, because you're like, I know when she's going, but there is hardly any clues when she's going to go, because the deers are having the most peaceful time. It's just mother and son. It's amazing. And then you know that it's just going to take one bullet to end all of that. And it's a really grueling watch, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. I'd say it's a great thing. Like, I love that I connect with a film, like an animated film like that strongly. It's quite a credit to the writers.
I mean, it's interesting because the villain in Bambi is humans.
Which brings us to the final third, when Bambi is not an older stag, but not an adult stag, and then the stupid humans set the forest on fire, and that's the bit nobody remembers. Like, you've got the Bambi's mother scene, the Twitter-pated scene, but then everyone forgets about the end, which is the fire thing. That doesn't make it a bad thing. I quite enjoy it. It's just I forget about it.
Yeah, and there was a photo circulating, kind of a meme, I guess, online of a convention where everybody was dressed up as Disney villains. And then there's this one guy in the middle who's holding a toy deer that's in kind of like a check shirt and the deer's like hunting hat and just like hunting gear. And everyone's like, who's that? And then I was like, oh god, he's the guy that killed Bambi's mum. And then so many people were like, he's the worst one. He's like the only villain to kill somebody, which I don't think is 100% accurate now. But yeah, it's... And you never see who it is, do you?
No. I guess the moral that Disney was going for is that humans are we don't realise we're the bad guys. Like, everything we do is kind of second hand. Like, obviously, the murder of Bambi's mum was definitely deliberate. But it was like the accidental fire that basically these inept hunters, I guess, accidentally causes fire because they're not paying attention properly, and it caused devastation.
Yeah, so much carnage, like habitats are destroyed, obviously all the animals are in panic because the forest is dying.
But compared to Pinocchio and Dumbo, which were the last two, there's clearly a message here which is respect nature, but it's kind of quite secondary. Like, the film is basically about it's basically a cute story about a deer growing up and like the emotional passing of his mother and the friends he makes along the way. And Thumper and Flower, they're just great sidekicks. In fact,
yeah.
When it comes to the cute animals, I think they're kind of like the first two that really stick in the memory. If you think of Jiminy Cricket as like a human character, because in many ways he was more human than Pinocchio, but Thumper and Flower just.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is ever gonna forget Thumper. I love it. He's adorable. He's such a cute little Disney animal, and Flower, like, I love Flower so much. Just the fact that he's a skunk and he's a guy and he's like, you can call me Flower if you like. It's so cute. And yeah, I was surprised when Flower got a girlfriend. That is some controversial Disney opinions there.
I've said all I have to say. Should we do a fun fact?
Yes, we can do a fun fact about Bambi. So my Bambi fun fact is that Bambi was the first Disney film to get its premiere not in the US. It was actually in London, England.
And the tickets were very dear. I'll leave it there.
Do you want to save it with your rating of Bambi?
My rating of Bambi.
Yes.
So I like Bambi. I like it a lot. I think in terms of a story, it really connects me. Like, we're looking at Snow White, Pinocchio and Dumbo, and we're kind of there like, that was good for back then. Like, Snow White got a major pass with me because it was the first animation, but we at the same time, the story's a bit weak. Pinocchio, the story was a bit weak, but I kind of like certain things about it. With Bambi, actually, the story isn't weak. The story's fantastic, and it still stands up. So, you know what? I'm going to give Bambi the full 10. It's one of my favourites.
Wow, okay. Jeez, I didn't see that coming. I'm going to give Bambi a 5 out of 10.
Not a fan of the classics, are you?
I like the classics plenty. Like, 5 is good. 5 is mid-range. Like, there's only a select few that are going to get higher for me. I love Disney, but yeah, sorry. There's a few coming up that are going to get high that are classics.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'll be interested if you leave your own personal ratings in the comments below, and we'll see who's right and who's wrong.
And there's no right or wrong answer here.
There is.
There is. Okay, so on that divisive episode of us ranking the Disneys, I'm gonna say goodbye. Would you like to say goodbye? Have a magical rest of your day.